Hello there. In this video, we'll delve into the settings for the multi-list pop-up appearance. To begin, hover over the More Convert in the WordPress menu and enter the multi-list section. In the open window, by scrolling down to the pop-up settings related to delete, edit, create, and add to list. If I go to the product page, this is the initial state of the pop-up. Returning to the settings page, we can change the button size. I set the height to 40 pixels and the border radius to 5 pixels. After saving the settings, I go back to the product page, refresh it, and when I click the multi-list button, you can see the increased height and the slightly increased border radius. From the button color section, we can change the colors of the buttons, specifically the primary button and secondary button. This is the primary button, and this is the secondary button. I set the primary color to white and the primary background color to this color code. Then, I darken the secondary button color a bit and also darken the secondary button background color. After saving the settings, I go to the product page, refresh it, and when I click the multi-list button, you'll notice the changed colors of these two buttons. Returning to the settings page, I can change the button hover color from this section. The primary color is suitable, so I won't make any changes. I set the primary background color to this color code and make the secondary button color a bit lighter and darken the background. After saving the settings, I go to the product page, refresh it, and you can see the changed hover color of the buttons. However, this button doesn't look quite right, so it's better to make the text color brighter. I set the text color to white and save the settings. Returning to the product page and refreshing it, it now looks more appropriate. Here's the final result. If I go to the list page, you'll see that all these changes are also visible on the edit and delete pop-ups. Now, let's go to the lists page. If I click on Edit List, you can see that the settings applied to this button are also visible. The same goes for the Delete List pop-up. Returning to the settings page, by clicking on this option, I enter the settings for the global pop-up. If I click on Global here and go to the Appearance tab, I can make general settings for the pop-up. For example, from this section, we can choose where the pop-up appears on the screen. If I set it to down left and save it, then go back to the lists page and refresh it. When I click on the Edit List button, you'll see that the pop-up position has changed to down left. For instance, if I set it to top right and save the settings, then go back to the lists page and refresh it, and click on Delete List, as you can see, the pop-up position has changed. The other options work similarly, and in the end, I choose Middle. From this section, we can change the title color and content color. Title refers to this part. If I set this to my own orange color and also set the content to this color code, make the background color a bit grayer, and set the content to the same black color, make the bordered color more vibrant, match the icon color with the title color, and set the icon background color to white. After saving the settings and going back to the product page, as you can see, the changes we made here are visible in the title, icon background, and also the content and background of the pop-up itself. Returning to the settings page, I can adjust the settings related to tooltips. For example, from this section, we can specify the direction, change the text color, I set it to white, and set the background color to orange. After saving, if I go to the product page and return to the lists, as you can see, the changes we made in this section are visible here. Finally, I can change the direction from the tooltip settings. For example, I set it to left, save the settings, go to the lists page, and refresh it. As you can see, the tooltip direction has changed.